How is it now? Have you made any progress?
Well, at the moment we're after going up, we had to go up, 4 of us had to go up and speak to the Oireachtas Committee, and now we've sat down with Eamon O'Quia, Minister, and we've gone very good at him.
Good.
We have gone good with him now. He's a man that sat down and talked honest straight out to us. He didn't fog his words. He told us out straight what the case was. We all know what the case is in the country today, but there's no doubt he is prepared to give compensation.
So you've secured compensation?
We have secured compensation for a lot of miners, and there will be back money paid to them. I can't say no what it will, but we're satisfied. Well, at the moment, I for one, now I'm only talking for myself now, I would be satisfied with the deal we have got now.
Good.
Instead of without going any further.
And when can you expect that compensation to
come through? There's already letters being sent out to it's gone in 2 phases, phase 1 and phase 2. Phase 1 is to the miners that's bad, that need help at the moment. Now I'm not saying that the money is going to do any good for them, but at least it'll give them some piece of security, actually better than nothing. And phase 2 then is he's agreed to pay widows half the man's wages for the rest of their life.
Oh, very good.
So we think it's as good as we're going to get. At the present climate in Ireland, you can't expect to go up and get millions.
Yeah.
Unless you're a bank manager or some of them, the only ones who get it.
Yeah. And have things changed in that industry now? Like, how are the conditions in the mines now?
Oh, there's no comparison now with the conditions in mines now. It's the very same. It's unreal what equipment they have. But in them days they had nothing, right? Like, in all fairness, if anyone looks back to the 40s, 50s, 60s, even the farm labourer was working that time, was working hard. The lad working on the building site, he had no machinery, he had a big shovel and 10 tonnes of cement in front of him. So there was no equipment then.
It was tough anyway.
Yeah, life was tough. It wasn't just the miners was working hard. Everyone was working hard.
Yeah.
There was no button, there was no computers, there was no nothing. But now it's a different ballgame, aren't you?
And when you were back there as workers, did you realise the health effects that it could have? No.
We never even thought of it. And I tell you the truth, if I was 14 years of age again, I'd be doing the very same thing. I would do the very same thing with my life. I go back down to work in the mine again, I loved it. I loved the crack. There was great men worked in it, and the camaraderie was great. It was a good life to me. Yeah. So I was lucky enough, thanks be to God. I'm not suffering like the rest of them. I have my eardrum gone and have panic attacks and that, but there is a man out there that is suffering very, very badly. And do you have any other physical effects of it, like the... No, only my eardrum, a buzzing inside my head, but most of the time here, you'd hear what people be talking about, you know. Yeah. A lot of the time, my wife thinks I have the deaf ear turned to, but I haven't, you know, to pay it. But no, I'm lucky enough now, but a lot of my friends, the fellas are on TV now, John Clinton, Sean Lyons, them are all suffering very, very badly. Now, there is a lot better things now for them. The same as medical stuff is advanced than what there was years ago, because years ago, I seen young men 40 years of age and they're trying to die for maybe 6 months because they were strong as horses and the heart just dead gone. But they couldn't breathe. They literally sit in the door with a shirt upon them and you hear them wheezing. I brought them gas and they used to be delighted when they see it coming. Yeah. There must be a huge sense of relief and a sense of achievement. It was, yeah. And I spoke to young girls down here that at that time that said that they couldn't believe that their father was still had black hair and he was going to happen. 42, 43 years of age. The trouble of them died in between 40 and 50. And then they know down on terrace there was 12 miners in it. And for I said definitely 30 years after the wives lived, some of them still alive, and their husbands was all dead at 41 and 42. Wow. But that was the way things went. That's the way it was. And that you could either there was no one in prison in the mines. There was very good wages in them. Nice. There was great workers to stand together. If there was any man sick, to be a collection made in the mine for his family and all this, that went on the whole time. But you could either do that one thing, and there was nothing else. Okay. There was nothing else, like, you know, that was and we were glad to have it. I know. Now, in all fairness to the government, if the mine inspector had to stop that mine, we'd have been onto the TD for to get open again. You know. Well, at least you've succeeded now in the... I feel we have anyway. I think that it's either take what we have now or take it further to High Court now, that I don't think it would be any good, because at the climate there is in the country today, there's not many people going up and getting anything from the government.
So you're
That's looking for
relatively
money there.
happy with what
I'm relatively happy with
Good.
what will become
Okay.
for the miners.
Well done, Peter, and thank you very much for talking to 32
No problem.
IE.
No problem.